2-0 in the NBA Finals. We're going to make this introduction quick. Tim Bontemps, Iman Shumpert, once a Knick, always a Knick, Ban McMahon, and his first appearance, he waited until the Knicks were up 2-0 in the Finals, Mr. Stephen A. Smith. What are your emotions right now?
I'm relieved. I would have told you I would be ecstatic and through the moon if they had maintained the 14-point lead, held on to it in that regard, and then they just coasted to a Game 2 victory. But to give up that 14-point lead, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, they were about to send the medics after me back there. I had to leave, and then I walked back. I was going back and forth because one area they was up 12, another area they was up 14, another area they was up 9, and I was trying to move away to get to the space where I was when they were up 14. That's how it is. It was that crazy, but they ultimately held on. Big time mistake between Wemby and Castle with that turnover after the rebound and what have you. And you just look at the New York Knicks. They got cold, they struggled, but in the end they held on. They're up 2-0. They're going to the Garden, and I don't believe this series is coming back to Texas. That's where I'm at with it. Now, I'll be more ecstatic tomorrow morning. Right now, I'm recovering.
But you've seen a lot of stuff in your career in the NBA in New York. This has not happened. This chance has not happened.
I will say this to you in all seriousness, hyperbole aside. It's like being born in the Bronx, raised in Hollis, Queens since I was 1 year old. New York is where I'm from. It's who I am. It's my whole life. And I already know what I'm going to see Monday night I have never seen in my lifetime, nor has any New Yorker seen in at least the last 53 years. I mean, 27 years ago, we were in the finals. We knew that we didn't have a snowball's chance in hell against the San Antonio Spurs with DR and Tim Duncan and the crew. 1994, we thought we had a chance, obviously. It goes 7. You see John Starks in Game 6, and he's balling. It was like, damn, he's that close. And then Game 7, Pat Riley, you're a quiet Rolando Blackman, but then you don't use him, and you just let John Starks go out there and shoot 2 for 18, 0 for 11, and never take him out the game. And it just broke all of our hearts. But that was the last time, 32 years ago, that we felt as a franchise we had a legitimate shot to win the championship. This is the closest we've been, and to be up 2-0 after 2 road victories, and for the next 2 games to be at the Garden, at Madison Square Garden, you got a chance not to even have to come back on the road to close them out and to feed off that adrenaline that New York, and when I say New York, I ain't talking about the Garden, I'm talking about the entire city. You're going to see it shaking, reverberating, you're going to see it all. To know that's coming, man, this is the closest we've been to a championship in over a half century. I can't even put into words what this feels like. I just can't. Can't.
Shump, okay. 2 games here. Both games, San Antonio's up.
Yes.
Inside 2 minutes to play.
Right.
After the Knicks blew big leads in both games.
Knicks don't have the momentum.
Well, let me say this to all of y'all, because y'all know, by the way, y'all do a hell of a job. I'm a fan of this show. I'm very proud of y'all. Y'all know that. Let me say this to y'all. We've seen a lot of teams. You see a lot of basketball. We know that the one thing this team is lacking is experience. So now I'm going to say to you what I just described they're going to encounter. You didn't win at home. Now you're going to go on the road in that environment with that youth. We've seen veterans fold at the Garden. What am I supposed to believe about youthful, exuberant, ignorant young dudes? And I don't say ignorant in a negative way. I'm just told they don't know. They don't know what they're about to encounter. This is different. And that is why I feel the way that I feel. It's not just because of basketball. It's about just the overwhelming effect of being at the Garden and what I believe that's going to have on these young brothers.
I don't even think Brunson's played that well.
No, 7 for 25 tonight.
He shot 34.
He's had a poor shooting series that are up
34%.
Yes.
34%.
But that's part of the experience and the mental toughness. Most people, you go out there, you shoot it bad.
Yeah.
You don't have it going. At the end of the game, squeezing that trigger. Don't want to pull it. Let me push it to somebody else.
You're not making a Dirk fadeaway. You're not making a Dirk fadeaway to tie the game with 40 seconds to go.
Aggressive and the Rockers style. You're not doing
that.
You're not doing the confidence and the mentality to do that at the end of games, and for the rest of the team to say you don't have it going, we still gonna let you do this. It's a different type of way to leave off on the game. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's how they win it.
Well, yeah, but Brunson missed a couple of shots and missed a free throw. I mean, he walks out hitting the winning points in both games. I'm just saying, the Spurs had both games. They had the lead on their home court.
Can't rebound.
Brunson.
Listen, the Knicks took game one from the Spurs. The Spurs gave this one away. And it wasn't just the turnover, which is just a brain fart that you make worse with another brain fart with a foul 40 feet from the hoop. But Wemby took 2 god-awful shots in the last 2 minutes. The one at the buzzer was fine. That was a good look. You'll take that every time. The three-pointer that I think he even stepped out of bounds on was an awful shot, a wannabe hero shot. Yeah. The ISO where you got nothing on Mitch Robinson, you just jack up a bad mid-range. Those were immature plays.
He did have a great second half.
He did. No,
but he had
a great 2 quarters or 1 quarter and 10 minutes. The last 2 minutes, he stunk.
That's fair. That's
very. And this is a tough thing, though. When we put him in the conversations that we like to put him in, that's how we have to rate him. You get what I'm saying? It's like if seriously though, if it's a guy, if he was a rotational guy, we wouldn't be putting this.
That's true, but the other side to it is that, when Barkley and Shaq and them were up there arguing at halftime, Barkley reminded Shaq that he got swept before he won the championship.
Yeah.
He was young and he won the finals against.
So did LeBron in 2007.
Exactly.
Those are the two analogs to Victor.
It's not an indictment.
Not at all.
Shaq in 95, LeBron in 07, Victor right now. I mean, I can't. I'm trying to push it away from my face.
But that's
right.
No, that's the through line. Like that's the through line.
The other thing that I'm paying attention to, and this is what has me a bit excited. Game 1, Josh Hart can't give you anything. OG Anunoby was spotty. Mikal Bridges only had 9 points, and they still won. And Brunson shot 12 of 31, right? Even though Cat was a model of consistency. Game 2 comes about. What happens? Mikal Bridges plays out of his mind. I made a lot of noise about him when he was struggling. And damn it, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I stand by it. Damn it. What I was demanding is what he gave us tonight. That's what I want to see. That's the kind of thing that'll make me forget all the damn assets they gave up for you.
They win 2 more games. You're never.
I'll never bring it up again. I'll never bring it up again. But the point is that you saw him play. You saw Anunoby give you 17. Josh Hart still struggling, etc. And then Karl-Anthony Towns, they forgot about him once he picked up his 4th foul. They put him to the bench.
The game changed.
He comes back in, and you still forget about him. You don't get him the ball.
After he kicked Wemby's ass the whole first half.
You did.
Talk about
so I'm looking at it, and then walked off the court and went like, he can't F with me. He can't F with me. So I'm looking at all
Karl
this.
Towns said those words.
That's right. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I'm looking at it, and I'm saying to myself, all of this has happened, right? And you still won. You managed to win. Yeah. So I don't expect that to happen at the Garden. Familiar rims, familiar crowd, familiar noise. Even though it's going to be unlike anything anybody has seen, it's still somewhat familiar to the New York Knicks. It is nothing that the San Antonio Spurs are familiar with.
Yeah.
In all honesty, this might end up just being a learning experience for them. Like being in New York. Like, just take out of it what you can take out of it.
Time out. The one thing I am going to say is Victor Wembanyama over and over and over again has done things that we have never seen before.
That's fair.
So, and look, terrible last 2 minutes, missed a great look at the buzzer. I'm watching him walk off the floor. He's walking off the floor. He's clapping his hands. I could see him, I could see him already getting in the mode of, we got to get ready for game 3. We got to, what do you tell Malika? Something like, if you don't know that something's impossible, you can do the impossible. They got to do the impossible now.
Well, they need to look at film and decide when they're going to get a rebound. They're playing small, and these second and third chances that the Knicks are getting them,
tapping the ball out,
they are getting some of these times. It's like it's supposed to be one shot now.
Well, and if we're going to do that, the 7.5-foot alien's got to have a big rebounding game. He can't have a single-digit rebounding game, and he sure as hell cannot have a 4-shot first half.
Yeah, it's tough.
And they won and they lost the game tonight. De'Aaron Fox had a good game. He got hurt. You saw him a little bit gimpy at one point, but he still gave you 20. And then you got Dylan Harper, who's just an absolute stud. And one played 34 minutes, another played 32 minutes, so that's good. But you just look at San Antonio right now, and even though Wemby came on strong in the second half and what have you, they still lost this game. The New York Knicks are figuring out different ways to win. And game 2 was the game that you knew San Antonio had a level of urgency. They were on their home court. They were coming for you. And you still held them off. You had a lead in the first half. You had a lead late in the third quarter. I'm looking at those things, and I'm saying, if this happens at the Garden, San Antonio's not coming back from that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations to your daughter who's graduating tomorrow.
Word.
Save
congrats, Stephen A. That's
save
awesome.
your energy over the weekend. 'Cause you need to rest up. Because you're going to need it next week.
Let me tell you something right now. I don't have to have any sleep before Monday. Let me tell you something right now. Monday, I can literally stay up all Sunday night, and I will not be tired Monday.
Bouncing off the
Not
walls.
Monday. Not Monday. Any other day, but not Monday. Monday, I expect to see something I've never seen before in my lifetime in New York City. That's what I'm expecting. And I think everybody should expect that. It will be unlike anything that we have seen. Get ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild.
Thank you for stopping by.
Keep up the great work, fellas.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
Stephen
you,
A.
baby.
All
Thank
right,
you.
y'all.
Okay, welcome back. Stephen A. is
Fired up.
whirling dervish. I want to say that one thing I'm going to be paying attention to is if there's any injuries for the Spurs coming out of this. We saw Castle
Look banged up.
tweak his knee.
Looked like an ankle, I thought.
Whatever it was, lower body. It was some lower body injury. It landed on Mikal Bridges' foot while he was flailing,
It
trying
almost
to get
looked
a
like
foul.
his knee hyperextended a little bit.
Hard to
And
tell.
then it looked like Fox.
Yeah.
He definitely
Fox-
tweaked that ankle again.
We didn't talk about it at all, but Fox really delivered today. He played his ass off tonight.
That's the thing. I can't get happy for it because that's Fox. That's what you're supposed to do. Tape it up, go out there and do
And
what you're
Shump
supposed
was
to do.
with Fox in Sacramento.
my
Oh,
guy.
I know. Yeah, we talked about
That's
that
my
after
guy.
game one. And look, we were real critical of him, the way he's played. He delivered, and he was the reason that they had a chance in the game. Like, he was the only thing they had going for a long time. But that tweak on the ankle didn't look great. He couldn't really. He was hobbling around late. He was trying to gut it out.
Yeah.
Castle was only out there for that one defensive possession late. He didn't play for several minutes. I mean, it's already a difficult spot the Spurs are in. Makes it that much harder.
So Shump, you watch a ton of film. What are you going to be looking for?
Well, for me, I need to look tonight to see. One, I want to rewatch their shot selection in the fourth. But when I look at them, I truly don't understand the non-rebounding. Like I get playing small.
I think they have 2 or 3 threes off.
Yeah. Those are.
Yeah.
That's what Josh Hart was talking about with who was it? OG he was walking with.
Yep. Mitchell Robinson
Mitchell
on that video
Robinson,
today
yep.
that we saw on the show. Yep.
He's like, I make the rebounds that break teams, and it's like they all broke them over and over. I'm like, Landry, you cannot give Landry Shamet 2 extra shots at 2 extra attempts at 3 while everybody's flying around these no business threes. I'm like, that's their game.
Mm-hmm.
This is. He doesn't need a play call. He just needs to be able to see the rim. And it's inside out 3 off of a rebound. It can just demoralize everybody.
By the way, Landry Shamet's playing the best basketball of his life.
Yes.
Told you, Landry Shamet,
He was almost out of the league.
Mikal Bridges. This is their series.
Well, and Landry Shamet in for Josh Hart. That lineup, with the other four Knicks starters, has been an unstoppable lineup in these playoffs. And we talked about it coming in the series against Oklahoma City. The Spurs could leave a lot of people alone. And especially when Josh Hart's off the court, they got Deuce McBride out there. They got Landry Shamet out there, and they got the rest of those guys out there, the rest of the Knicks starters out there. They got to guard everybody.
Alvarado will hit a 3 if you leave him open.
Well,
and Landry actually
he's a guy they'll leave open though. That's like Alex Caruso, Jose Alvarado. That's like Josh Hart. They'll leave those guys open. But when they have McBride and Shamet and the rest of the Knicks starters out there, they have to guard everybody. And the way Karl Towns has played now, as we talked about, he got pulled out of the game plan after he got those 2 fouls from Tony Brothers in about 20 seconds in the third quarter. But
Tony.
with Karl Towns playing like that, the Knicks, the Spurs can't do the we're going to stick Victor on Josh Hart thing. Mm-hmm. They have to guard him with Karl Towns, and that's totally screwed up their game plan.
Every time they do that, Cat either plays bully ball or gets on the glass.
Yep.
And listen, man, is Cat right now the MVP of the series?
Oh yeah,
through 2 games.
I think so.
It was shocking how much he dominated Wemby in the first.
I'm like,
half.
how about that dunk on the baseline?
Yeah,
and then
blew right
screaming
by
at
him and then let
Where
him
would that
know
come
about
from?
it. And again, Wemby was weirdly passive. I asked Mitch Johnson, why did he only have 4 shots in the first half? And he basically said, I've got to put him in better situations. He's got to definitely be more aggressive, demand the ball, be more aggressive. And he did say, there were times he felt like, especially on the rolls, that the guards could have gotten the ball. But like 4 shots in the first half from a face of the league, face of the league ain't a part-time job. You cannot do that in game 2 of the finals when your team's down 1-0. Now, they still had a chance to win the game, but the first half was a massive failure.
Again, what have we been talking about? The energy. And the energy was not there.
You guys know how I feel about Victor, okay? I don't need to go over that. But you don't get awarded the face of the league. You win.
Yep.
To get face of the
league. That's right.
I mean,
and as a championship coach in New York said, put away the anointing oil. It's an old Bill Parcells line. Maybe we need to put away the anointing oil for Victor Wembanyama until he lifts that trophy.
Well, and look, in both these games, it was the same exact script. Knicks had a big lead. Spurs make a huge fourth quarter comeback, led by Victor. Looked like he had a chance to steal the game, both games. And then Jump was all over it. It's like Brunson just knows how to make a play.
And they trust him.
And they trust him to make the play, and he trusts himself to make the play. Like that shot, that's a super hard shot. Down 2, fadeaway jumper over 4 guys all taller than him. You knew it was going in.
6 of 23 when he took it.
Yeah, and you knew it was going in.
And Jump, I think they've done a great job defending him. Like one of the things that really stood out to me in the first quarter was just how aggressive they were defending him 94 feet, making him work to
they're almost too aggressive because they were giving up all these. They were doubling him so hard. He was moving the ball, and they were getting clean looks.
Yeah, the double teams led to some of those threes.
And then the 2 biggest shots of the series. Yeah, the 2 biggest shots of the series, the one over Vassell and then the one you're talking about tonight. Just ridiculously tough shots by Brunson, who's, cojones dropping and getting it done.
Oh, and we got to talk. We haven't really talked about it at all. I mean, you mentioned it. Just a disastrous final 45 seconds for Victor. I mean, the shot in the corner was terrible. And then, I'm sorry, the turnover is just an inexcusable mistake.
Foul to compound.
I mean, on top of the foul. Like, Steph Castle is not looking at him at all. He throws the ball, and then he runs into him. Like, you just can't do that.
I was still gasping about the hitting Castle in the back, and then I realized, oh my God, he also fouled.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh my God. And then because of the missed free throw, they get a redemption shot.
And like Tim said, that was the one play that was okay. I mean, it was a little bit of a tired shot, but it's still a decent look from 15
I went back and walked.
The
shot wasn't short. It was long. I mean, it wasn't. He could have made it. It was.
But the thing that bothers me, he's supposed to shoot 8 of those a game. That shouldn't be the first time that you're raising up over whoever the hell it is. I don't care who's guarding you. Nobody can get to your release point. Whenever you want these little 4 or 5 turnovers that you just like to have, just take 2 dribbles and shoot over people. Like, why do you have to?
Because he's tired. I mean, they're tired turnovers, right? Like, it's not. It's if you watch him, if you're
unaggressive.
But it's because the energy's not there, right? And like the energy just hasn't recovered from the beginning of that OKC series. And again, this is a guy who's never played nearly this many games, nearly this many minutes. He's averaging 40 minutes a game now. He never plays that many minutes in the regular season. He played 22 minutes in the second half of this game. Luke Cornett got a very brief cameo in the middle of the third quarter, got yanked back out. Mitch Johnson clearly knew we got 2 days off after this. This is the series. We got to win this game. I'm riding this guy to the end. And, look, you could say the final minute of this game, those are tired mistakes.
He ran out of gas.
And, that's what happens when you're going through, we've been saying this for a month. There's a reason the young team never wins in the end. Stuff like this starts to happen.
You cannot prepare yourself for what it takes to win 4 playoff series.
Oh, no.
The difference between winning 4 and 8 games, playoff games, okay, 8 and 12, huge. The difference between winning 12 playoff games and 16, I mean, I've seen it. You lived it. Yeah. 12 to 16 is a whole nother mountain.
These Final Four are hard.
It's different. But it's the one thing that I can say, they've won on the road.
Every series.
They have to watch film. There's not an X's and O's. There's not an adjustment for the night. Like, I felt like game 1, we could talk some adjustments. There's no adjustments for this. It's inexcusable young guy stuff. You know what I mean? It was young guy stuff. It was, why can't we get a rebound? And can I call you out on film and you hold yourself accountable to say, you're right, I could do more? Because that's what I think they're going to see when they rewatch this. They're going to say, why did I do that? That was bonehead play.
Yeah.
And then Victor's going to say, why did I compound the mistake? Why would I do that? Like, these are the things that it's like, you take all these things away, it's a totally, y'all up 6, up 8. You know what I'm saying? You're at home. You're going to get the whistle. It's, I for the life of me, as I was watching it, they were coming back. But even during the comeback, I'm like, why can't y'all get a rebound? I don't get that. It's not like
they are a pretty small team, and
they're playing small. That's fine.
And against, like we talked about, against the Thunder are even smaller, right? So the Spurs look big against them. If you play this Knicks team, you got OG Anunoby,
who's been.
Mikal
We haven't
Bridges.
said his name. OG's been
Great. Josh Hart, like these guys are all big, physical wings, and like Julian Champagny and Devin Vassell are not getting rebounds over those guys, especially OG and Hart. Like that's a significant disadvantage.
You can't get a rebound, you can't put a forearm on somebody's chest
and
ride them out of bounds.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, this is where the Knicks' advantages are coming into play, I think. Like, they're just bigger and more physical across the board.
Even when you look for sure, when you look at Jalen Brunson, every play, if he can get a bump on win,
right,
he gets the bump.
He's creating contact all the time.
Every time. I don't care what's going on. If they see him, they bump him. If they can, they just grab his shoulder. Constantly wearing on him. And I just look at San Antonio and I'm just begging them, like, why don't y'all do? That's what y'all do. This is y'all DNA. Like,
well, and then Fox tried to come over here, right here.
Can't do it at the end.
And you know, little pushing, little shoving with Brunson.
And then he got into it with Big Brunson.
Big Brunson.
I don't even know what that was about.
Big Brunson didn't seem really impressed.
Big Brunson didn't like him coming to Jalen.
Every Knick fan in America was yelling, Rick, get